Thank you, sir, for your beautiful deliberation regarding this, particularly the section 536 on the how the Income Tax Act 1961 will continue till the proceedings are disposed, and how the Income Tax Act 1925 will come into operation. And one important matter the sir has also pointed out regarding the search cases which on the transitional phases, how the return will be filed, and that I think that point has not been elaborately discussed in 536. I would also request our next speaker to give some enlightenment on that. And also that is the important thing, that this correlation of the both the act, that is the old act and the new act, the old section and the new act, it is a very cumbersome job. Because as we know, then the last Finance Act, both amendment for both the earlier old act and also the new act also been made. So this is the juncture period, that is the transitional period is the most important thing. So now we call upon our speaker, sir, our Mr. Ashok Kumar Jha sir, to give enlightenment on this point, sir.
A very good afternoon. Tulsiyan Sahib, a towering figure. When we joined, he was there like a star, and he still shines as bright. So thank you very much to TAS for inviting me for this interactive session. So I'm thankful for them to be here. Let me start with the points very quickly before I start my presentation. Let me start with a couple of points on a lighter vein. Moderator Sahib said correlating the old provisions with the new one will be a little difficult. Well, change is always a little difficult, but then it is a matter of mental conditioning. Remember 2 years ago, 2 years back, the government brought all BNS, BNSS. At that time also this outcry was there कि साहब पुराना section criminal acts के change हो गए, नए याद करना पड़ेगा. But 2 years down the line, do you hear anything? You see newspaper reports कि a case has been booked under section 14 of BNS. It doesn't bother you कि sections change हो गए. So I am confident what the government has done. It's just a matter 143(3) की जगह नया section आ जाएगा. It's a matter of mental conditioning. It will go. It will go in 6 months' time. BNS में जो तुलसियान जी जो खराब आदमी था उसको बोलते थे ये 420 है IPC का. अब बोलेंगे सब क्लॉज 4 of 318 है ये आदमी. So you will not say that. अब IPC 420 का नया है 318(4). 318 bracket 4. तो अब किसी बदमाश आदमी को बोलिएगा कि ये सब क्लॉज 4 of section 318 है कि 420 है. So it is just a matter of mental conditioning. It will happen. It is not a problem. Let us start. Let us very quickly start this. I'll answer all the points that were raised by the distinguished persons on the stage. So next. So one thing, if the PPT is shared, so all the provisions have been modified a little so that not to make the PPT slides very clumsy and cluttered. Next. Before July 23rd, 2024, no one was aware that this is coming. So the Honorable Finance Minister made this announcement on July 23rd in course of her budget speech that this new act is coming. Next. And Honorable Finance Minister said 4 things: make the Income Tax Act 61 concise, lucid, easy to understand for the common graduate also. So this was the brief that was given to us. Next. This is an important point. When Tulsiyan ji said 86 amendments have been done, this one perspective you must have, that the Income Tax Simplification Act, there was a clear mandate not to make any major tax policy calls. See, tax policy calls are taken by the government on 1st February every year. Every time the Honorable Finance Minister rises to present his or her budget speech, the tax policy calls are taken there. So this, you must understand, when people say new act, mein ye ho gaya, it's not the new act. It is the Finance Act 25 that has changed it. The Simplification Act is different. Its purpose was to simplify. People say search assessment mein this has been done. When you go back, that is the finance bill that has made the change. It is the Finance Act 25 or Finance Act 26 where that change is there. It is not related to the simplification exercise, which is a different thing. That is why our Income Tax Act is so dynamic. IPC, CRPC, you make amendment once in 10 years. Our Finance Act undergoes change. It updates itself every year. Every year it updates. This time also, 80 amendments are there, caused by various factors that the government felt was perhaps not working out too well. Some interpretations, some amendments that were not very thing. So those things have come. So the changes in Finance Act, the policy changes are in the annual Finance Act. Please do not confuse the simplification exercise with that. Next. And this was the most difficult mandate that we had to work with. Simplify the act without changing a legal nuance. साहब आप 8 लाइन के सेंटेंस को 4 लाइन में कर दो. Next day when you come back with a fresh mind, you say, अरे ये तो पूरा meaning ही change हो गया. 1 comma you remove, the meaning has changed. So it was not easy. It could not be done by any AI or anything. It had to be done with humans, and it took a lot of time. When you simplified versions, when you simplified provisions, it took a lot of time to make sure that we have not changed anything. The legal meaning is still the same. I hope it is still the same. We'll see. We'll see. Next. That is what the point I was making. Substantive change is through the Finance Act. There was a proposal that we gave that in business restructuring, there is a loss, and that loss cannot be evergreened. When a new company, when the restructured company takes over an old company, then it starts claiming the loss for 8 more years. So we said that loss, business loss, should be for 8 years in total. When it first arose, so they said, no, this is a tax policy change. This is a tax policy change. It is not part of the simplification exercise. It has come in the Finance Act, not in the simplification bill. Right? Next. Now, these dates, I don't want to bore you with dates, except to make a couple of points that we always say, but perhaps you don't understand. Look at the time frame that we had. 23rd July, Honorable Finance Minister made the announcement. The bill was, this is the bill that you have to see. This is the simplification bill, not to confuse with the Finance Act. The bill was introduced just 5 months on 13 February 2025, referred to a select committee of parliament on the same day. Now we say, and we write in a written submission, this section, the legislature did not intend this, the parliament has made this law. Sometimes we feel whether the parliament actually makes the law, or is it just the government that makes the law? No, it is the parliament that makes the law. Look at the sittings. The Honorable Select Committee with 31 very distinguished members of parliament had 36 marathon sittings. They went clause by clause. They went clause by clause into everything. Asked questions, sent thick questions. We had to answer whole night. Met people, had outreach, made changes, made suggestions. Most of the suggestions of the Select Committee were accepted. This is how Parliament makes laws. Not CBDT, not TPL. Parliament, very distinguished Select Committee of 31 MPs. Put us through the rack. Ye kyun hai? Ye kaise hai? Whether this will cause some distress to the taxpayer, changes were made. 36 sittings. Presented on 21st July. Original bill had to be withdrawn. The bill that was presented in February had to be withdrawn because there were so many amendments that the Select Committee had proposed. You will remember from your political science that when a bill is introduced and amendments are to be made, the Honorable Finance Minister has to stand up and move the amendments. So 4-5 amendment hai to theek hai. 100 se 150 se upar amendment se, how can the Finance Minister move the amendment? So the original bill that was introduced in February was withdrawn. New bill was introduced in the Parliament because of the number of amendments, and on 21st August 2025, it presented was given. It is called number 2 bill. The bracket number 2 is the second bill. The original simplification is February. The revised one was in August. So, aapko agar research karna hai, please remember. And the only reason why it was withdrawn, I'm repeating because a lot of you are research young people, is because of the number of amendments that were there in the February bill. It was not possible to move the amendments. Next. Sometimes people ask me questions I can't answer, like trusts. I have never been posted in the trust circle, zero. The old act has 500,000 words. The 61 Act has more than 5,15,000 words. Each word had to be seen, shareholder consultation, reports, groups, comma, full stop had to be seen, all in 5 months. Next. Next, let's come to the technical part. The UK took 14 years. This government may take pride of having done this. The UK tax rewrite project took 14 years. They have 7 acts, direct tax. अपना तो एक ही है ना, स्टाफ को वो एक्ट देना तो वो एक ला के देगा, वहाँ पूछेगा 7 में से कौन सा लाना है in UK. And Australia took 4 years, but they still have the old act. They abandoned it after 4 years. They still have the 38 Act still working in Australia, and the new one. Next. If you see the act, the last page, it is section 298. But actually, the last section in the old act that you have in your room, the last section is 298. But no, there are 819 effective sections because of the alphabetical suffixes. 80G, 80P, 115K, L. There are total 819 sections and 4,000 amendments, 100 amendments per year. Finance tax law amendment bills had overloaded the act. That is why the government decided to reduce and slim it down. Next. Now let us come to the criticisms or analysis that have been made. Let me start with the first one. Next. I'll continue. Thank you, sir. If you Google, the biggest criticism is कि साहब आपने notwithstanding को change कर दिया, and it has become irrespective of. Notwithstanding had received legal interpretation, it meant this, it meant that, and now it has been changed to irrespective of. The word notwithstanding is there in the 61 Act more than 400 times. 400 times. Everywhere it has been replaced with the word irrespective of. If you want to see the debate, you can Google. A lot of criticism. My humble question to you, all of you are so senior, so mature, so intelligent. My question to you is this: what does notwithstanding mean? The word notwithstanding. It is a statutory override. It is a statutory override. Notwithstanding the fact that you are in Digha, you will not go to the beach. Irrespective of the fact that you are in Digha, you will not go to the beach. Why do you make it such a big thing? The mandate was not to use words that are not commonly used. This was the mandate. Do you use the word notwithstanding? बच्चों को बोलो कभी कि notwithstanding आज Friday है तो TV नहीं देखेगा. Notwithstanding. So you have to use common words. I don't think the change of notwithstanding to irrespective of makes a wee bit of difference. No. Next. And even in UK they don't use this word. But we have retained some words. अब हमको बताइए, land, house property में provision है, land apportionate thereto. इसका कोई आप बता दीजिए simpler word. आप बताओ, मेरे से तो, हम लोग से तो नहीं हुआ. कुछ भी word लगाते थे तो that apportionate का the exact meaning was not coming. नहीं, because then it gives the impression that the land and building should be touching each other. It is not required, no? If there's a building, if there's a land and there's something, and there's a generator room which is 400 meters away, और उस generator room के बिना ये building काम नहीं करेगा, then still it is apportionate. Still it is apportionate because without that it will not work. So this word has been left because we said कि साहब नया litigation कुछ शुरू हो जाएगा, index लगाएंगे, adjacent लगाएंगे तो कुछ नया litigation हो जाएगा. So it has been retained. It is still there. NPOs में accumulation application still there. In the February bill, someone said, sir, why are we using the word nil rate of TDS? Nil, from the existing rate, the nil rate will always be lower. Nil will always be lower. So let us remove nil because our aim is to reduce the size of the act. Let it just be lower. किसको confusion होगा? Lower में zero भी lower में आएगा ना? हंगामा हो गया कि साहब अब किसी को nil rate of TDS मिलेगा ही नहीं. नील लोअर में जीरो. जीरो तो लोअर होगा ही, 5% TDS है, 2% TDS है, तो जीरो लोअर में नहीं आएगा, मैथमेटिकली आएगा, उसीलिए हटाए थे, कोई पर्पस नहीं था जीरो नहीं देने का. But it creates so much of a furor that it has been reintroduced. It has to be reintroduced. It has now been reintroduced because the government was very clear. Don't do anything which creates a new litigation. Maybe there is one ITO TDS who may take a view कि 61 Act में nil था, अब सरकार ने nil हटा दिया, the parliament has removed nil, so I will give 0.1% TDS, but I will not give nil because earlier it was there, not here, so the intention was not to give zero. वापस लो. So the word in February, if you see the bill, it is just lower. In the bill that was reintroduced in August, it is lower and in nil, brought back just to avoid the scenario of some person taking the interpretation that nil was there. You wanted to ask a question. Anyone wants to ask a question? Sure, please. तो अभी वापस आ गया. But in the February में जब नया बिल आया था, the word nil was removed. Removed because we said mathematically nil will always be lower. तो nil तो lower में घुसे गया ना. अपने application हम बता रहे nil. So now in August both nil and lower are there. Correct? Next we'll skip shall and may, big debate. मेरे हिसाब से there was a view that there is nothing may. May, if you on a lighter note, may is just a British form of politeness. This is my personal view. I don't speak. I have retired. I don't speak for the government also. May, the speaker, moderators have said, may I now invite A.K. Jha to the stage. I बोले ये तो may बोला, जब तक shall नहीं बोलेगा मैं जाऊँगा ही नहीं stage पे. But still, everything is still there. There's one change from may to shall. We'll discuss in section 68. It is important. We'll come to that slide. This is the next biggest criticism of the Income Tax Act 20 Simplification Bill. There are books written on this. कि आपने provisos explanation, I've seen books with 50 pages written कि साहब you have removed provisos explanation. But let us see what was there. Let us see. Let us take the example of section 10. 90 explanations and 131 provisos. मैंने सेक्शन 10 कॉपी करके उसको डाला AI में कि प्लीज काउंट कितने प्रोवाइजोज हैं और कितने एक्सप्लेनेशन हैं. किसी AI में पूरा कॉपी पेस्ट किया कि प्लीज काउंट करेक्टली कितने प्रोवाइजोज हैं कितने एक्सप्लेनेशन हैं. वापस जवाब आया फ्री एडिशन में ये नहीं करता मैं, पेड एडिशन लो आप. हाँ, so many. Now look at section 10. Look at section 1023. See, 35 provisos. 35 provisos में the third proviso has 4 explanations. और उस 4 explanation में the second explanation again has 8 provisos. Where are you going? Next. These are the example of what we call nested structures. All the explanations, all the provisos, 2,000 of them, none of them are in the Income Tax Act 2025. 0. Removed. Now I have read criticism here, उसका proviso का interpretation था, वो explanation का interpretation था. There are, again I said, I have bought a book जिसमें half the book is कि provisos and explanation was interpreted, now it has gone. I very humbly beg to differ. Provisos is a carve out. Provisos is a carve out. Explanation is a clarification. Beyond law classes, this is not true anywhere. If you say that provisos and explanations had a settled meaning, I very respectfully beg to disagree. The provisos and explanations never had a settled meaning. Never. We all know. Sometimes, because there is some paucity of time, otherwise, I'll come to the next session. कहाँ है आपका? December 16 को, उसमें और time. कुछ भी है. Then we'll have. There are provisos. Next, I'll just have. But the question you have to ask is, if the government has removed it, did the provisos and explanations ever have a settled meaning? Next. Look at this. This is the basic Supreme Court, High Court interpretation. कोई भी section को, कोई भी proviso को आपको interpret करना है, you have to read the whole section and the proviso and the explanation and why this section has been brought. I'll give you examples. Next. Allied Motors 43B expansion है, proviso, addition है, restriction है. पढ़ो आप decision को क्या है, where it is a carve out. 43B next. शाहजहां, all these cases, कमीशन का क्या रीजनेबलनेस होगा? शाहजहां में बोला गया प्रोवाइजो में. The proviso says कि commission paid to someone, this amount is reasonable, that is written in a proviso. Allied Motor में the provisos were held to be not carving out an exception, but it was held to be curative in nature. यहाँ पे बोला प्रोवाइजो में रेट दिया हुआ है कि कितना का कमीशन एडिक्वेट है. नेक्स्ट. This is the basic and the most distinguished case on provisos, Sundaram Pillai versus Pattabhiraman. आप नीचे मत पढ़ो, आप पहला पढ़ो. Provisos can serve 4 functions. कहानी खत्म. कहाँ लिखा है कि एक ही फंक्शन है प्रोवाइजो का? This is the most authoritative case by the Honorable Supreme Court on provisos. It says, it has this line, you can check. A proviso may serve 4 different functions. So how are you saying that the proviso had a subtle meaning? Next. All these cases, if one now come to explanation. Explanation का क्या मतलब है? Explanation has to be always be retrospective. क्योंकि अगर explanation prospective है, then it is a new law. Logically, if an explanation is prospective, then it is a new provision. Then it is not clarifying the existing law, because if it is clarifying something and explaining something, it always has to be retrospective from the date of which the provision was here. Now, I don't find one case where there is no dispute the explanation is retrospective or prospective. Remember Finance Act 2022, 14A, explanation के नीचे लिखा था ना, but half the courts or majority or 90% of courts have held it to be prospective. Then the explanation is not clarifying. It is a new provision. आज से ये explanation लगेगा, तब तो explanation हुआ ही नहीं ना, तब तो वो नया law हो गया. Even though a provision has been called an explanation, we must construe it according to its plain language, going back every time. कि in every decision, show me a decision. मैं रिटायर कर गया, 5% अपना रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट देता हूँ आपको. Every time the Honorable Supreme Court, High Court interpreting tax law in the entire context, not going by these labels. Look at this, these are all Supreme Court decisions. Notwithstanding that it was named an explanation, true effect has to be given. Therefore, even though the provision has been called explanation, we must construe it according to its plain language. जब पूरा हमको देखना ही है without going by the label कि क्या मैं proviso लिखा है, क्या चीज़ में explanation लिखा है, then why have it? Why have it? Next. Look at this, more examples, because this is the strongest criticism. No theory of its purpose, ये बिंद्रा का interpretation of statutes, no theory of its purpose can be entertained unless inferred from the language and tenor. Finance Act 22, 14A explanation में लिखा है. आपने बोला भाई clarificatory नहीं है, आगे से लगेगा, तब तो नया provision है, then it is not an explanation. आपने पुराने में जाओ, section 147 के नीचे explanation है. The reason for the case was opened and any matter which comes to the notice of the AO subsequently. वो नए मैटर में कोई आपको 148A नहीं चाहिए. इसका मतलब ये तो नया पावर, आपने एक्स्ट्रा पावर दिया है ना, कि जिस मैटर पे 148 हुआ है उसमें तो आपको सारा 148 का प्रोसीडियर चाहिए. बट यहाँ एक्सप्रेशन लिखा है that matter, I am not going into Jet Airways, that matter and any other matter that comes to the notice. तो any other matter A, B, C and D में तो नहीं लगा है ना. तो फिर then that explanation it is enlarging. It is not clarifying. I am not getting into 148. I am just saying that the explanation never had any meaning. वो explanation क्या कर रहा है, वो proviso क्या कर रहा है, you have to see. पूरा section पढ़ के. Next. पूरा section पढ़ के. तो जब हमको पूरा section पढ़ना ही है, तो मैंने सरकार ने सारे, the parliament has removed all the proviso explanation कि पूरा section पढ़. Get rid of these labels which mean different thing at different points of time. Section 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 लिख दिया. Simple 9(1), 9(2), 9(3), 9(4 न explanation न proviso, पूरा पढ़ के अपना interpretation करो, makes it easier. So in my respectful submission, it is something that was long overdue. It has changed nothing. कोई भी चीज का मतलब हो तब तो उसको बोले कि भाई मतलब है, भाई हर उस चीज का 15 अलग मतलब अलग अलग केस में है. एंड द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज सेइंग कि रीड द एंटायर सेक्शन. आई रिपीट, it was something that was overdue. I very humbly repel that criticism. ये देखिए आप ये. Now, if any one of you, I was never posted in international tax also. मैंने अभी देखा. Section 9, foreigners पढ़ते हैं. Section 9(1)(I). 9(1)(I) दिख गया आपको? 9(1)(II) या 2I, आप खोज के दिखा दो आप. ये ओपन चैलेंज है, सारे प्रोफेशनल्स बैठे हैं, कैमरा पे होंगे. खोज के दिखा दो आप 2 मिनट में. वो 9(1)(1) के बाद वो एक्सप्लेनेशन का 2 आता है 4 बार. उस एक्सप्लेनेशन विद प्रोवाइजो है, उसका I 2 बार आता है. ओरिजिनल 9(1)(1) का 9(1)(2) किधर है? रियल 2 किधर है? उसमें उसके बीच में 7 बार वो I आया हुआ. मैंने किसी पूछा मेरे कलीग, भाई फॉरेनर्स देख के क्या सोचते होंगे तुम्हारे बारे में? एकदम बिल्कुल जलेबी की तरह सीधा है तुम्हारे. तो उस सब क्लॉज में भी I है ना. तो वो 9(1)(I) का I है कि वो सब क्लॉज का ये 9(1) 7. ऑल द नेक्स्ट. Now all the alphabetical suffixes are gone. There is no 115J, JB, JC, 80A, J. All the sections are numbered straight from 1 to 536. कोई ABCD अब नहीं. किसी ने बोला कि फिर कुछ डालना होगा तो फिर ABCD हो सकता है आ जाए वापस, कुछ अमेंडमेंट करोगे तो हमने हो सकता है इसी बार एक आया हुआ है, एक कहीं भी. तो फिर तो बाल काटते हैं ना कि BF को बोला बाल क्यों कटवाए, फिर बड़ा हो जाए. बीच बीच में सफाई करनी होती है ना. So we have, the government has and the parliament has removed all these things. Maybe 1 or 2 things will come, we'll see. But that does not mean we don't clean up ना. ये नाखून बढ़ गया है, बोले नाखून क्यों काट रहा है भाई? फिर बढ़ जाएगा. अरे फिर बढ़ेगा, फिर देखेंगे. The government will see again. Next. Subclause 1 of clause B of subsection 1 of section 133. ये जो आप में से लिखता था उसको जज बहुत रिस्पेक्ट से देखता है, बहुत ज्ञानी आदमी, ऐसे लिखा है. Gone, it is now written as 133(1)(B)(1). Straight जैसे लिखते हैं. That is how we used to write. हम आप वैसे लिखते हैं ना. ये कौन लिखता है? Subclause 1 of clause B. इस पूरे जगह it has been changed. This is just an example. So it is now 133(1)(B)(1) in the act. That ponderous way of writing subclause 1 of clause B of section 1, 133 gone. Next. Why more formulas? The new act has more formulas. The new generation has formulas, AI has formulas. The generation which will be there, not us, jiska bhi baal kam hai, that is gone. The new generation prefers formulas. AI prefers formulas. Electronic digitization prefers formulas. I'll give you an example. Next. I have taken a random example. Now, the problem is कि शब्दों का use करके you want a number. You want to use words to come at a number. 64,824 निकालना है formula से, आप मुंह से बोलते हो. Always very confusing. Always very confusing. Now look at this section. Some section. In the nature of economic capital, part of that part which bears the same proportion to the interest received by the transfer of the firm as the value of investment aforesaid as the first day of previous year bears to the total investment by way of capital contribution. छोड़ दो आप मंडे देखते हैं. फ्राइडे को कौन पढ़ेगा इसको? We'll see on Monday. This has been now changed. Exactly this thing has now been changed. Next. Next. This. Same thing. Much easier to understand. Much easier to understand with that thick paragraph. Much easier for AI to understand, make functionalities and utilities for the SSCs who are coming up. This is what is required. A, B, C, D. There's not one nuance has changed from that one big paragraph to this. Next. Another example, what simplification has been done. 222E, deemed dividend, इससे ज़्यादा ना 90% लोगों को पता ही नहीं है. कुछ बहुत लोगों को तो ये भी नहीं पता है 220 deemed dividend है कहाँ है. हाँ, मैं भी उस पे से हूँ. मैंने ऐसे बहुत लोगों को पता नहीं है. I am not becoming a big bond. I am myself like that. So I don't claim to be a big bond. All the mistakes that I say is committed by me. This was, to my mind, more powerful than even Section 68 for the revenue. 222E. Every loan, every advance of companies given to each other, two concerns, was taxable a loan became income. And intercorporate, भाई इंडिया में सारे majority of family controlled group entities उसके आपस में लोन होता है, it all became income, but ये section कभी click ही नहीं हुआ. Why? I blame this paragraph. आप पढ़ो आप. From the start to end, if you read without breathing, then you will never have asthma. puff लेके कोई full stop तक नहीं है, there is no full stop. Now I ask you, Gyani is all learned. This 222E has 3 scenarios. Agar the basic question to be asked in deemed dividend was, ki identify 3 independent scenarios which is there in 222E. If you did not understand that, you never understood deemed dividend. So the 3 scenarios were payment by a company directly to a shareholder. The second scenario was payment by a company to a concern, जिसमें ऊपर 10% है, नीचे 20% है, and payment by a company for the individual benefit of the majority shareholder. 3 independent scenarios. खोज के दिखाओ आप कहाँ कौन सा और खोजते हो आपके सामने. Next, changed by the 25 Act, the same thing has been changed next to this. 3 scenarios very clear, easy to understand, even to a layman. 1, 2, 3 scenarios to the extent to which company possesses accumulated profit. Clear enough, very much clearer. This is why the government and this is why the parliament has simplified the act. Said it is long overdue. The people who read this are long gone. The new generation is coming up. Please remember, in the last 10 years, 250 million Indians have been brought out of multidimensional poverty. 250 million Indians have come up in the last 10 years. They are ready to become entrepreneurs. They are ready, instead of becoming beneficiaries, this class of people are ready to contribute now. They have been brought up. They need things like this and not chunky paragraphs of dense words without a full stop. They need this. This is why it has been done. When people say, ki kyun kiya? This is why it has been done, because even an entrepreneur who was backward, who was not privileged, he can now read and understand. At least something he can read and understand. Next. Look at that same thing. The explanation, accumulated profits which occurs in this clause shall not include capital gains arising before the 1st day of April 46 or after the 31st day of March 48 and before the 1st day of April 65. वो WhatsApp में आता है वो भाई कहना क्या चाहते हो? What date are you referring? And in any case it is obsolete. Then why it is getting printed in the act every year that you buy? Removed. Next. Look, again, another example. Next. This is 61 Act. Next. We don't have time. Next. Simplified to this. Much easier, no? You can see the different scenarios more clearly. Next. This is how you wrote dispute resolution. I have given some examples of simplification. DRP shall issue direction reference 5 after reading the draft order, objection filed with the SSC, evidence furnished, report of AO, records relating to the draft order, evidence. इसके बिना कर देगा क्या ऑर्डर कोई स्टैट्यूटरी अथॉरिटी? ये लिखना है क्या आफ्टर रीडिंग द एविडेंस? 143(3) में तो नहीं लिखा है इसे. नेक्स्ट, चेंज all the DRP shall issue the directions and refer to survey in writing stating point of determination decision and the reason for this decision. वो आधा पेज बच गया, आधा से ज़्यादा 1 पेज बचता. Same thing. Unnecessary you are making it granular. Will take into account this, that, अरे वो तो that is understood. A legal authority has to take into account everything that is there. Next.